What's up, guys? It feels like it has been forever since I've made a video, and it really has been. It's been like over 20 days since I filmed something, and it's just because I've been so busy traveling, blah, 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 blah. Lots of excuses. But here it is. Here is the OnePlus 6T. I know I'm a little late to this party, but, you know, better late than never. Now, you know, there's a lot of interesting things about this phone, but starting off, I want to just start right off the bat. Compared to the older OnePlus boxes, this is definitely a little bit different. One, you have this kind of band at the top, OnePlus community. You never had this before. It used to just be the white box. The box is it looks like it's made of recycled cardboard now instead of just the normal white plain box. Definitely a change there. All the older boxes were just white, plain white. And also a cool thing, so I did pick this up in India. So a very interesting thing is that right here in India, you do have to like put on the box who manufactured this and all that. So right here you can see it has been manufactured by Oppo. So I mean, Oppo, BBK Mobile's BKK, I'm not sure which one it is, BBK or BKK. Mobiles owns OnePlus, Oppo, Vivo, and all these companies. So very interesting, you know, it's just kind of cool little fact to see that this is actually made by Oppo in India. Otherwise, fairly similar box, nothing that interesting. I did get the midnight black version, and you know, there's honestly on the outside, that's it. There's the two big changes. One more change is that the 6 is kind of now shiny. There you go. You can get it in the light right light. You can see that it's got a little bit of a shine to it compared to the older ones, which were just kind of embossed into the box and didn't really do anything. This is a little bit more bespoke compared to the other one. So let me just open up the box. Let me rip this plastic off. And if you guys are wondering what this OnePlus band says, I'm going to read it out to you very quickly. So it is kind of, they mocked it up as a definition of sorts. You can see like it says noun. So it says a collection of individuals possessed of a tremendous understanding and superior taste in the finest technology. What's more important is that they are part of what we do, and that includes you. So, you know, kind of just a thanks to the community. They do tout a lot that the community is important to the decisions they make, and they do listen to the community a lot, which, in all fairness, they do. But I mean, yeah, it's kind of a weird thing to put on a box. Same thing on the back. So, yeah, let me get rid of this little band here. All right, so as you guys can see now, better look at the box. It is definitely this like weird recycled plastic. I'll be very honest with you, it looks bad. It looks kind of cheap. Doesn't look good. I mean, I've seen recycled plastic used before, but the implementation on this just looks cheap than eco-friendly, to be very frank. Now, I mean, it is just the box. Who gives a shit? So let's open it right up and see the phone. So there it is. Oh, there's no more red inside. There used to be red in the boxes, but yeah, what can you do? So this is the 6T. Now, the one thing that is interesting to me is that in the US, during the US keynote, they were very, can I say, proud of the fact that the price of the phone didn't change. But in India, the price of the phone did change. It went up by, what is it, about, let me grab a calculator real quick. So the price of the phone did go up $30 for every variant, and that's kind of been the trend every year with OnePlus in India. You know, the price does go up $30. So again, price jump this year, whereas the rest of the world did not get the price jump. So actually would have been cheaper to buy it somewhere else than in India. So flipping the phone around, you guys can see that midnight black matte kind of finished color. It does look good. I mean, the thing is, I'll be honest with you guys, I did not like either the mirror or the matte black, but I just couldn't wait for the new color because generally with OnePlus, there's no set. They'll just randomly launch a new color. Sometimes the colors are really good. Sometimes it's not that good, and honestly, I didn't want to wait for a color that I might not like, and the videos are going to be hot now, and I really wanted to get this phone in my hand. So it is what it is. Now on the frame of the phone, it is also kind of this matte aluminum finish. It's not shiny. It's not like, what would you call it? More glossy? Yeah, I'd say glossy. And you'll understand what I mean by it when I put it right next to the OnePlus 6, which has more of this gloss finish on the frame. Come on, focus. There you go. So, I mean, yeah. Otherwise, it is the same real size and everything. The feel in the hand and everything is very similar to the 6, but only a few key changes here and there. And right up here, we got that in-display fingerprint scanner. And let's read this out. To minimize the performance of our, to maximize the performance of our in-display fingerprint reader, we recommend using screen protectors from OnePlus and our official partner. So they don't want you using third-party screen protectors because they don't know how it's going to really play with the other, with the screen and the screen in-display fingerprint scanner. So let's take off all this plastic. To be honest, I do not understand why OnePlus thinks it's so cool to put on plastic. This is, come on, eek, disgusting. All right, and this one as well. And let's boot up the phone and see what it's like. And while it's booting up, I'm going to get to the rest of the packaging. So this year we do lose the headphone jack. I mean, whatever. Really not the world's biggest deal, but hey. So, okay, so this one does have a case in it. The case is kind of this black, frosted black, I'd say. Nice. It looks decent. See-through, frosted on the side, see-through in the middle. Nothing that big. You do have the unlock the speed. I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably a user guide and SIM card tool. No, okay. User guide's in here. Comes out like this. SIM card tool. And yeah, really. Oh, you do get a bunch of stickers. So warning, I am a flagship killer. Proud member of the OnePlus community. My friends call me for tech support. You know what? That one I'm going to use. Never settle. Please don't talk to me. My alert slider is set to silent. Okay, so these, I'm going to give them credit where credit is due. These stickers are actually pretty cool. And that's about it. I guess this is going to be your walkthrough of the in-display fingerprint scanner. Let's put this to the side, see what else is in the box. So, invitation letter. Huh. Let's look at what this is all about. So it says invitation letter. A word from Pete, OnePlus CEO. You gotta open this. Come on. You wanna open? Oh, nice. A little handwritten, printed message. 5 years old, a million stories told. Created by you, for you. Well, there's a lot of like unique little small touches where they kind of make the unboxing experience special. That's nice. All right. So, I don't know. Should I read this? You know what? I'll read it out for you guys. Friend, let me be the first to welcome you to the OnePlus community. Like you, we are driven by a passion for technology. What sets our tech apart is that we imagine, build, and polish it hand in hand with you. We believe your feedback moves us forward. By talking to us online, our forums, and in person at our meetings, you too can play a role in the development and improvement of our products. We hope you think of the OnePlus 6T as more than just a phone. Approach it with, curious eyes, and we're sure you'll notice some of the many subtle improvements we made to it. Make this our best flagship yet. Your enthusiasm inspires us to never compromise on our values. All right, we are OnePlus. Thank you for making a difference. Never settle, Pete Lau. So, I'm sorry for the weird reading. The handwriting wasn't the world's best, but I think this is such a nice little touch. I mean, it's not the world's biggest detail, but just the fact that it's included. That they took the time, Pete Lau took the time to incorporate this into the phone. Very special. It's nice. I mean, OnePlus has always been about that community. It's always been about its fan base, about people who love tech. So that's something I can appreciate. So same old dash charger. It is still the fastest in the business. Nobody's come close to it. And the one new change that we do have this year is right here, down here, the USB-C to 3.5mm headphone jack adapter. So after years of ridiculing Apple, even OnePlus has made the shift. So, I mean, as I say, you know, I'm okay with you sticking with the headphone jack. If you're going to be a hypocrite about it, that's what I'm not happy about. And this year, very silently, I did not notice anywhere them mentioning in the keynote or trying to highlight the fact that the headphone jack is gone. And that's very obvious why they're not doing it, is because they've made a big deal in the past about having it in the phones and how they're listening to their community and keeping it in. But the reality strikes in that nobody really cares about it. I mean, at least a mass majority of it don't care about it. And the ones that do are the more vocal ones. So the fact that it's gone is going to be a little bit annoying for a first week or two after it's launched, but then everybody will forget about it and move on with their day. And that's what OnePlus did. You know, they used that space allegedly for the more in-display fingerprint scanner and all that other stuff. But what I'm saying is, I think it was possible to keep the headphone jack. I think at this point they just realized that it has to go at some point, and this was the year that it's going to just go away. And last but not least, the dash charger. Again, as I said, not the world's most special thing. And let's put it aside, and let's look at the phone. So here is my OnePlus 6 right next to my 6T. So the only, when it's turned off, if you look very closely, the only difference you're going to see is the notch. If you're looking very carefully, the size difference. Otherwise, it looks the same, not really very different. Button placement is fairly similar. The power button is lower on the 6T, which I think is a good move. The power buttons should be a little bit lower on these phones. It's so I can't even get the camera to show it to you properly. I'm so sorry. Hang on, let me see. That's the thing about black phones. It is very hard to show you details about them. So trust me, so the OnePlus 6 is right here. 6T is right about here. So it's about like one finger down. And it's about the same size, but it's just a little bit lower. The phone in hand, it does feel a little bit heavier compared to the 6. And looking at the back, it is very similar except for that missing fingerprint scanner. And this is obviously my Avengers edition, so it does have this logo there. But that's just part of special edition. The normal phone didn't have it. And turning it on, let's look at the notch difference compared to this one. So this is the one right here. So this is the notch on my OnePlus 6. Oh, the one thing I like about the OnePlus is there's actually a lot of dark mode and stuff going on. So you really can't often see the notch anyways. But yeah, that's about how big it is. And I've mentioned this before. I think that OnePlus's implementation of the notch is the best in the business right now because of the way they've just made it not intrusive at all. The thing is, though, that this one, I don't know if it's going to be the same way because it does take a lot less space, but it's still there. So I'm not sure how it's going to work out in some ways. Now, it does look, from the like initial impressions, as I said earlier, I feel like I like this notch over the teardrop one just because I don't know why, I just do. But as time goes on, I think that I might change my opinion on this, but let's see. Overall, everything else looks really, really similar. I'm going to try that in-display fingerprint scanner in another video for you guys. At the bottom, we do lose that headphone jack, and it is replaced with a set of speakers or a mic. I'm not sure. It's probably just the mic. The one thing that doesn't bug me is that we still don't have a dual speaker system. That would have been nice to have instead of the headphone jack, but I guess, you got to save something for next year, huh, OnePlus? Overall, the impression on the color is, it feels nice. I mean, it doesn't feel like glass. That's a good thing, I guess. But it also does feel grippier. It does, I mean, it does still collect fingerprints. It's not fingerprint resistant, but I guess it's not as bad as the full glass, the mirror black would have been. So you can just see, I don't know. Both the colors, as I said, not my favorite, but what can you do? So that wraps it up for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know it took a little bit longer than usual. Usually I quickly unbox stuff, but I just want to take some time. There's a lot of cool touches to this phone, and I just want to really look at the box carefully before I moved on. More content coming on this very soon, so if you want to, please feel free to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on that. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I will catch you in the next one.